Well, it's that time again. Outer Points Productions is about to go live with another Knockout Challenge match. Join me, Little Cheddar, and my guest live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as we will be delivering some of the best mediocre commentary in the business. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the match, and don't forget to jump in the chat and say hello. Please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share it with all your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you right after this word from our fabulous sponsors.
Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet in the Port of Sheboygan is Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader, running the most trips and catching the most fish. Enjoy great fishing for trout and salmon aboard one of our 6 fully equipped modern charter boats with experience and professional crews. See why Dumper Dan's is the most popular name in the industry. We offer fishing and lodging packages featuring the best in riverfront condos and hotel accommodations. Half or 3/4 day trips available, so call to make your reservations today or log on to dumperdan.com. Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet, Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader.
Welcome, everyone, to Outer Points Productions. This is Dale Little Cheddar Lorenz, and we are live yet again at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin for another KO Challenge match. I'm actually joined in the booth by a very good friend of mine and one of my wife's, well, still fiance, former neighbor, so on and so forth. He's done a lot of work with me on some of the construction jobs. Anyway, put your hands together in the chat for Mr. Tom Thorne.
Hello, hello. Oh, your hands together. I thought you meant my hands together.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Whatever.
You just don't touch anything. So, Tom's here to just kind of check things out tonight and see how this whole thing goes and what a disaster this stream actually is. So, with that being said, we're down to, as you can see over there on the wall. Let me make it a little bit bigger. We started out with 64 players, and we're down to the final 16. The reason I bring that up is 7 ladies entered this tournament at the very beginning, and there are 3 left in the final 16. I think it's friggin' awesome. Absolutely love to see it.
That's cool.
So Todd has his work cut out for him tonight because Gretchen is quite the player. And she's done some damage to some guys' egos over the last couple of matches, which
Wah, wah.
exactly. So I am going to leave you in the very incapable hands of Mr. Thorne for a little bit. Yes.
Already?
Absolutely. You are on your own.
All right.
Sit and talk to the wonderful people in the chat over there.
The chat
Yep.
group.
Have at it. So I am going to go out and we're going to get the players to lag.
If they say bad things,
I don't know why they're doing that already.
They say bad things about you, I disregard those or something like that. All right, we got a bunch of people online tonight. What do we got here? I see a Mike and a Kyle and Justin. Howdy, howdy. I might have to borrow Dale's reading glasses to see this better. Men of a certain age. Anyway, glad to be here. I feel like starting some sort of a crazy lie and then see what happens when Dale comes back in the room. Free pool all week long at Dale's house. Bring your sticks and we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's see what else we got in here. Jeff and CJ. Hello, hello. What type and size of table? It's an old ping pong table that he's converted. Oh, Dale's going to kill me my first time in the booth. Anyway, I feel like doing a horrible resume for those of you that are listening and or care. But Dale's in a fist fight right now. He's losing big time. Oh well, he'll learn. I've known Dale about 10 years. I actually was in this booth when he was building it a few years back, so I know a little bit about the operation that he's got going on. My background, oh boy, if I gave you a real resume, it'd be 20 pages long. I'm currently working as a education assistant at Neenah High School. Summer is here, so we're in break. But I've got some video production background. I've made some independent films with some friends in the Appleton area over the years, helped run the Wildwood Film Festival. So I'm okay with being on camera and or microphone. Dale's back. I started a rumor already.
That's, I'm sure.
Free pool at Dale's house all week long.
Absolutely. Especially we don't have a pool table.
Well, no, I said you got the ping pong table that you converted. Whatever. Let's see if there's any.
I'm getting a request from one of the players to turn the light up just a little bit.
Let's see, Salsa Man, hello. Well, it's going to be hard to keep track because some people make more than one comment. I can't figure out who's who here.
All right.
Technology, here we go.
And away we go.
I am through talking for the night.
I bet he's not, folks.
Nope.
Actually, I'd be willing to bet a lot of money that those are not the last words you're going to hear from Tom Thorne. All right, we'll give you a description. First of all, thank you, everybody, for being here. Much appreciated. As always, we are very, very busy this week. This is the first of 11 days in a row.
What?
12 days in a row. What? Actually, we had a match the last 2 days, and there's 9 more to go for sure.
Yowza.
So let me give you a brief description for those if they're tuning in later on or they come back and watch this a week later. We have the new format, which is basically it's a race to 9 in the very beginning. So if you look on the outside of the scoreboard, you look to see the 2 8-balls. It says race to 4. So we're going to be playing a race to 4 8-ball. Then we are going to switch to 9-ball, and we're going to play a race to 5. If one of the players wins both of the first 2 sets, the match is over. And obviously they move on. If they split the first 2 sets, we are then going to go to a third set of 10-ball, which is a race to 4 again. If that match or that set ends up at a 3-3 tie, we're going to go into a shootout, which we've never had on the stream yet. So if we get to that point, I'll give a description as to how that works. So 8-ball, we are playing BCAPL rules. Ball in hand, rack your own. This is winner break. Tom has absolutely no idea whatsoever any of the last 10 sentences that I just mentioned.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything else, but here goes. I like the colors of the balls.
Oh, that's pretty. That's nice.
My pool experience is squat. I have played with my brother a few times growing up as a teenager. Back in the good old days when a game was probably a quarter at the local establishments.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
A quarter, because now it's like $1 a game or more.
What else is going to go up in price? Soda, beer.
Sure.
Food,
My sun drop did.
sun drop, delicious.
So it looks like Todd has, I think, enough of this 7-ball to pocket it in the corner. Maybe not. He's looking at it pretty close. The issue is, can he leave himself with an angle on the 2 to make the shot and to get down to the 5-ball? This is kind of one of those situations where, ooh boy, rattled that one in. This is one of those situations where if he doesn't feel like he can finish this rack or get out, it's best to stop. But there's really no place to play safe right now.
Dale, you'll hear me say this a number of times tonight.
What the hell are you talking about?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
All right. This is kind of what I was talking about. So now Gretchen can get in there and mop up the remains of Todd's faux pas, if you will. Whole lots of people in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Fred Renner first in there and wearing the number 1 crown, of course. How you doing, Fred? Kyle Vertel tuning in from Wapaka. We don't talk to Kyle.
Really?
No.
What happened with Kyle?
He's in here all the time giving me a difficult. He makes my life very challenging, so we don't talk to him.
feeling.
Yeah.
I kind of thought
Yeah.
Kyle was going to be trouble.
Mike Bennell tuning in from way up north. What's going on, Mike? Thanks for the like and the shares, everybody. Justin Ellingson, good evening. Thanks for sitting in the booth with me last night. Interesting match we had between Tim Sonnenberg and Jason Schofield last night. Came down to, should have gone to a third set, and Tim missed a almost straight in 9-ball to continue the match and ended up losing because of it.
Have you ever heard the saying, shit happens?
Yes, quite often. And it does all the time here.
Did that apply?
And there is a restriction on the amount of profanity you can use. So I don't give a shit.
That's my one and done.
We don't care on this stream, do we, folks?
No, they're going to start cussing up a
No, they won't.
storm here.
Adam Granatella. He'll be here July 2nd. Taking on who's your opponent again? Can't remember. Mike Kinziger. In 2.1. Tiernan Tots, what's going on? Jeff Seidel. C.J. Riley. I have not seen that name in the chat before. Go ladies. I like it. Grumpy one. Tom, you have a YouTube channel in there? It says Grumpy one.
No, why?
Oh.
I'm crabby, not grumpy.
Crabby? A crabby one?
Yeah. No,
What's happening, Pete Beshta? Chad Johnson tuning in again. Thank you for all the likes and the shares, everybody. Connie Wassinger. She was here last night playing
Pool.
Summer League. Yeah, very good. Very good.
I catch on quick.
Wait, I have something for Tom. He's never heard this.
No, not a sound effect.
Here, he's never heard it before. Well, I would turn Tom's mic up, but he's not saying anything right at the moment, so.
I did just say something.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, now.
Talk into the microphone. That's why it's there.
I have a very, very powerful voice. I don't need to be that close to the microphone.
Have you listened to me before?
No.
Most people don't. All right,
Should
that is
I?
ball in hand for Gretchen. I think she is intentionally leaving this 10-ball for last because that is her only access to pocketing the 8-ball. is in the side, I think. But it looks like, if we go to the overhead view, that 8-ball is married to the 5. It looks like they are frozen together. So that really limits what Gretchen can do. What's going on? Tyler's tilted. Mike Masevich. Oh, here we go. Mike's continuing from where we left off last night. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Bumped it out of the way.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think she's blocked on the 10 ball, but she did get the 8 out of there. So now she can... Probably going to have to shoot at the 15 next, unless she can see the 10. Let's get in a little bit closer and see what it looks like. This looks pretty tight. Kind of hard to tell. What's happening, Ding? Mr. Mark Bell. Tuning in from Townsend. Brad Gillette. One half of Brave Billiards in Sheboygan. It's the best thing that could have happened, that 14 not falling in the pocket.
Why is that?
Because it would have left Todd with a shot on the 2 ball, because I think it does go past the 10. So that makes a huge difference. So now Todd basically has nothing to shoot at. I'm assuming he is going to try and pocket Gretchen's 14 ball, though. Hit the 2, combo the 14, and leave it in the pocket. Oh, he caught. Wow. Nice shot. Nice shot. We should really get the instant replay going. Man, I'll tell you what, if he can pocket this 5, that is a game-winning shot on that 2 ball. Good evening, Craig Bear. Oy.
Oof. Done.
So Gretchen's going to pocket the 10 first, and she's going to have to, like, a super draw. And let me get my handy-dandy telestrator up and running. I should have done that before already.
I was going to tell you, but you weren't listening. What's a telestrator, Dale?
Yeah, I don't like Gretchen taking this shot. I think she should play this 10 and draw back to this position. I'm really waiting for V-Mix. Wow.
Zing.
Holy cow.
It's in the hole. It's in the hole. Okay, I'll only do that
No,
one
you can,
time tonight.
We're I really have to get that sound effect. What a great shot by Gretchen. Goes for the bank on the 15, pockets it, and she's going to end up winning the first game because of it. That was a hell of a shot. You wonder why she's made it this far. Now you know. But, as you know, on the stream table, the hardest 2 games to win is the first one and the last one. That is game number 1.
All right. Go
Let's take a look at this bank on the 8 ball as soon as that green line gets out of the way. I may have missed. Nope. I mean, she hits this so clean. That is center pocket. Gorgeous.
Very nice.
Fantastic. No, 499 under mic'd up. We are not going mic'd up. So, Tom, I don't know if I told you. I think I did already, but we have Scotch doubles that's running right now. And we're down to the final 6 teams, but they're all mic'd up.
Okay.
During their matches, so that way the viewers can listen in on how they banter back and forth
Got it.
when they're in their seats. But also they get one coach per game, so they can confer with each other at the table. So you get to listen into that, and it's been a fun tournament.
Interesting.
What's going on, Tarek Hamden? I'll tell you what, that bank shot on the 15 is better than some of the guys in 2.1 right now. Am I right, Adam?
Right.
And Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Brad, it's nice that you can catch the stream. By the way, I have to get back to you about your message that you sent yesterday. Sorry about that. I just seen your name, and I got to get back to Brad. Jesse Mattingly says, what? That's all it says. This is what? Okay.
Maybe it was supposed to be what up
Could be.
or was up.
What's up?
Or just what? Was it a what with a question mark or a what with an exclamation
No,
mark?
it just says what?
Okay.
WHAT.
What?
What's going on, Gray Seek? I got to give a shout out to Gray. Actually, him and Mark Scafidi had a great match the other night. They're in the final 6 for the Scotch doubles.
Nice.
But still, by far the best match, or the best all-around tournament performance by Gray Seek in 3.0, I think it was. Right, Gray? I think it was 3.0. Shot his butt off. Now he has nowhere to sit.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, Fred Renner. Adam Granatella says he will not be taking questions at this time about bank shots. I don't blame him. I wouldn't either if I were you, Adam. Just kidding. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of what happened in the last game, where Todd worked himself down to the last 2 balls and now has kind of a difficult out getting. Oh boy, that was a really nice rub on the 6 ball there to get shape on this 15. That was pretty fortunate. I don't know if that's the way he drew it up, but it looks like he is going to have to draw back. My handy dandy telestrator. Draw back over here into the rail, and probably out to this position would be ideal to play the 8 in the side. He has to watch out for scratching in the side, though. Oh, right there. Beautiful. Perfect.
Nice.
Left himself a little bit steep of an angle, and he has to worry about the scratch right there. It could go off the 4. Yep, hit it nice and clean. Perfect. We are all tied up at 1 apiece.
All right, so what else do we talk about tonight?
Absolutely nothing. We very rarely talk about pool.
Okay.
Tom doesn't listen to my stream at all because it gives him a headache. And as all of you well know, I'm sponsored by Tylenol
There you go.
for all of my viewers, which
And when he was a kid, Dale was sponsored by Bayer Baby Aspirin.
still is.
Little toddler.
Still, That really hasn't changed. Let's go to our first sponsor spotlight, and we're going to leave off or pick up where we left off last night. Last night we left off with Vincent Didio. So tonight we're going to start with no longer Jeff Hefter. Whew, what a blessing. Anyway, the winner of 1.3, Mr. Jason Harlan of Johnco Express. They provide expedited shipping of packages in Wisconsin and surrounding states. They've got same-day pickup and same-day delivery. If you want something delivered or picked up, give them a call at 920-921-9191. This is an ugly break by Todd Jari.
Todd.
What's going on, Derek Sitzman?
How often would you say a break is ugly? 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20?
In 8-ball, I'd say 1 out of 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah, actually even maybe more than that, depending on, I mean, there's some guys that just hammer it and they'll make 2, 3, 4 balls, and then it makes a significant difference of the rack being open after that.
Okay.
When you get a cluster like this, it makes for a very long game, and I'll point. Actually, I don't even have to.
I mean, there's 13 balls on the table on my right side.
This
versus
whole
3.
area right here is just disaster. There's really not much to play. So it just makes for a little bit of a longer game. And then it typically ends up in a safety battle.
Safety battle.
Yep, where players will play a legal safe. So a legal safe, and I'm going to explain this to Tom, like he's never played pool before. And for maybe some of the viewers that don't understand it as well.
Never played well before.
So in order to be declared a legal shot, you have to hit, and we're just talking about 8-ball right now, one of your either stripes or solids has to strike one of those balls first, and then either the object ball goes into a pocket, or that object ball or the cue ball or another ball has to hit a rail, all right, in order for it to be legal. So, and the reason that came into play is because years ago, guys would just go up and move the cue ball an inch and say that, oh, that was a legal shot.
Okay.
It's not. So it's just, that was dirty pool back then. Holy overcut. Broke out a couple of balls, but leaves Todd with a, if I was Todd, I would play this 3-2 combination right now and leave himself with potentially a shot on the 3 in the same corner. The biggest obstacle for Todd right now is that 14 ball is in the way of his 6 and 7 to play in the side.
Again, that's what I was going to say, but you beat me to it.
Tarek Hamden says, whoever wins the next rack will win the match. Interesting. Way to jinx the match, Tyler. He says tonight's going to be smooth sailing, unlike yesterday. We had a little bit of, how do we say it?
A bar fight.
That would have been fun.
What did you have?
A discrepancy in honesty and integrity last night. So or lack thereof, I should say.
Was it something you said, or was it
It's
something
always,
you did?
It's always something I say. I should really give Todd his win. There, 1-1. Scoreboard updated. Thank you, Jesse. Good evening, Dan Vogel. So, Tom, tell us a little bit about Smokescreen.
I talked a little bit earlier when you stepped out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I took about 90% of your subscribers my way.
Well, oh, beautiful.
Smokescreen is a video/podcast I came up with the idea a couple years ago. Recorded a few episodes that are very hard to find on Spotify. There's a bunch in the can, as they say, like little 20-minute segments of shenanigans with a couple of buddies talking over a cigar or a corncob pipe. And shortly after recording a few episodes, one of the guys decided to bow out, and it's just kind of been laying in limbo. But in the meantime, I had mentioned to the folks a couple of videos that I've worked on recently, and one was called The Last Witch in Wisconsin that played at a few film festivals this past year, and then just wrapped up another one that'll be coming out this fall. And I don't know if these are all on YouTube, so I shouldn't be mentioning them because people would be like, what the hell?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Oi. All right, Todd decided to shoot that one right into the rail. Leaving Gretchen very little to shoot at, though. She cannot see the 13 all the way down. She cannot see the 15. I don't think she has an offensive shot here. But I think if I was Gretchen, I would, because it would solve one of the problems. Never mind. She's not going to play it anyway, so. This is a good choice. Oh, my gosh. And it still doesn't go in. All she wanted to do was make that 4-ball and leave her 11 sitting there to block the pocket for Todd's 1 and 8. Cut it a little too thin. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, if you get an opportunity, if you're not already a subscriber, you know what to do. Right there it is in the middle of your screen.
Only costs $1.
No, it's free this month.
Not too shabby.
Yep. Subscribing in the month of June is free, only for Outer Points Productions, though.
Okay.
Mike Masevich there in the chat
Yeah.
is we used to be friends.
Oh, no surprise there.
Yeah, that
Not you, Mike, Dale.
mm-hmm. He says your podcast can't be worse than this stream. So, holy no hit. Oh, he did get a hit. That was fortunate. Misses the 3 completely, goes 2 rails, hits the 6, just a little nudge, and the cue ball catches a rail. So that is a legal hit. And we do have the ability at some point. Here, watch. Check this out, Tom.
Oh, Dale's coming in to give me a hug. I love you too, Dale.
Knock it off. I don't. So what we can do here is put user in timeout. You see how this works right here?
Oh, boy.
So you can put them in timeout. Let's give Mike a good 5 minutes. So Mike has been put in timeout for a little while. You know.
Okay.
We have all the power here.
Mike, if there's some way that you can secretly contact me and let me know how to put Dale into a 6-minute timeout, let me know.
Adam Granatello says, Scotch doubles, the best way to ruin a friendship. True story. What does Todd Jari have up his sleeve? Oh, very interesting. Nicely done. Well, honestly, though, Adam, Mike and I would have had to have been, that word gets tossed around very too frequently. The word friend, I know him.
Yeah, somebody I know.
He's a heathen.
The name rings a bell, kind of a thing.
He's a heathen. I'll tell you what, this is looking really good for Todd right now. The issue, though, is getting from the 6 to the 3 and then the 3 to the 8, because that's going to have to be his pattern, I believe. 7, 6, 3. You know what? This is why I got my telestrator. So I'm going to point out what my pattern would be. Shot number 1. Oop, let me go back. Erase that. 2, 3, and then, of course, the last one.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Dale.
Or he could go 3, 3, 7, 6, 8, which that's not a bad option either. It's not easy, though, from... Yeah, I still like this better, just because I called it first.
Yeah.
Little bit of an angle towards the 3 ball, so he may have to come under the 13. I don't think he can just roll forward. I think he has to... Ooh, he could actually play this off the 11. But this angle is going right at the 13 ball, so he doesn't want to hook himself, obviously. I think he may have to punch out of this and get to the bottom side of the 13. Or just miss it completely. And leave himself in a horrible position. All right. That's an option, too.
Speaking of horrible, Dale, how have you been?
So Justin Ellingson says, I'm going to guess Todd is going to win. Want to put a sun drop on it, Dale. You're on, Justin. I think Gretchen wins this match. I don't. You know what? This is a tough call. The way this match started out, they're both playing really well, and this game has kind of slowed the momentum a little bit because everything's been kind of jumbled up.
Yeah, up until that shot, there were still, 9 balls on the right half of the table?
Mm-hmm. This worked out really good for Gretchen because I don't think Todd has a shot. He can't even see one of his balls, so he's going to have to kick at this 3 ball. Give you a side view here. He called it in the side by the 14. Ooh. That is not the worst thing. It's good for... Well, I don't think it's good for either player, but it does favor Gretchen because she has more balls on the table right now. I think it would be in her best interest to play a safe right now. Make Todd shoot at the 6 ball is what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what she's doing. Yep.
Oh, boy.
Nope, she's making him shoot at the 3. Even better.
That's nasty.
Good afternoon, Warped Q. I'm waiting for one of my favorite screen names, Tom, in the chat. His name is Dusty Tables.
Okay.
And you're going to see hopefully throughout the night, if we get above 110, 120 viewers, there's some very interesting screen names.
Okay. I used to play a little bit of Call of Duty on the old PlayStation in my Screen name was Sloppy Shot Boy.
Sloppy Shot Boy.
Because
That
I was not very good.
really actually fits your personality, too.
Thanks.
Yeah, anytime. Nice green shirt. Wait a second. How do you know I have a green shirt on? Warped Q. Did you go back and watch the beginning of the stream? How does he know I have a green... Wait a second. What are you doing? You can't even tell it's green anyway. Look at that. So...
Mediocre.
I wonder.
Little Cheddar, mediocre commentator.
Mediocre, yeah. Here. This is why I really didn't want Tom in the booth. So...
I'll be leaving shortly.
Q.
If you unlock
He
the
must
door.
be... Oh, Chris Green is here, too. With his wife, Heather. Happy anniversary to them. Yesterday. 26 years she's been putting up with him. How long have you and Lonnie been married?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right. Fair enough.
30-something.
Is Lonnie listening tonight? Is that why?
I sure hope so. I don't know. She might poke in or pop in for a moment. And what about Lisa? Is she likely
Hell
to
no.
No. She's got stuff to do.
She's got better things to do. She has to listen to me at home. Why would she want to listen to me on the stream?
I hear you.
HBB, thank you for tuning in yet again, saying he has absolutely no life whatsoever, spending all of his nights watching billiards 1,000 miles away. Where the hell are you that you're 1,000? Did you just go on vacation? Why are you 1,000 miles away?
A very serious restraining order. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's...
You can't even be in the same country.
Uh-oh. That is not what Gretchen wanted. Not to be Captain Obvious. I like the idea of getting a jump cue out here. If she so chooses. Yep. She's going for it, I believe. Oh, maybe not. Maybe. Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Taking it apart. See if we can get you over to... She's got a jump break cue. Let me give you a different view. There we go. Just unscrewed it. So... I think the jump, as long as she can get over the 6 ball, is much more feasible than the kick. All right. Putting it back together. So I guess she is going to go for the kick. So if I was playing, I would like to... Oh, she called the 15. I don't... Yeah, boy. I hate to see this just for the simple fact it's easy to give up ball in hand. If she doesn't get a hit, obviously. Oh, good hit. Good hit, and the difficulty now that Todd faces, easy shot on the 3, but getting to the 6 is tough. But wait a second. Wait a second. I think, looking at it from the booth, I think he can actually see the 6 now. So he could play that. Warped Q says he hacked the camera on my computer. Nice. Well, that's good to know.
Nice.
I didn't know it was that accessible, but good for you, man. So Fred Renner said he had a good doctor's appointment. Fred, you could tell the story, but Not to get into any of the details, Fred's had some pretty serious foot issues for the last, how long has it been, Fred? Like a year and a half already? And just cast after antibiotics and shots and all kinds of stuff. None of it going his way. And I think, hopefully anyway, he's gotten some really good news today.
Good.
Yeah, he could see it. But again, it leaves it very difficult for Gretchen because, remember I had said before about trying to get that 14 ball out of there. Now it's in a very bad spot for her. Grumpy one, 34 years and counting he's been married. Well, that explains his screen name. Is that why you're the grumpy one? Or is the grumpy one... what do you think, Tom? Is it the husband or the wife in this?
Yeah, it's usually the husband. It's usually our fault.
Well, I know it's always our fault.
My wife and I have seriously talked about making a podcast called The McBickersons because we're very adept at bickering about stuff, even in front of friends and family.
So we have game night. We switch off between Tom and Lonnie's house and mine and Mrs. Cheddar's house. And he's not lying.
Truth be told.
Now I really hope Lonnie's listening. She's going to kick your ass when you get home. Oh, I like what Gretchen's got in mind here.
Tell us
This
more.
is the perfect storm. So she's going to play the 14 and pocket Todd's 6 ball in the corner, float forward, and try to get the cue ball behind the 8. Either way, she's going to leave Todd with a really difficult shot on the 3 ball.
Why is she being so mean to Todd?
It's called a safety. And it's all about winning. Pool is all about winning. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful shot. That is a game-winning safety. Holy cow. Good afternoon, Sean Johnson. What are you up to, my friend?
Watching pool online.
And that is a foul. Ball in hand for Gretchen. What a fabulous save.
Why is that a foul? Because he didn't hit him?
He did not hit his object ball, so he had to hit the 3.
Well, he tried.
He did try, but effort does not count for a good hit. I like a different approach to this shot instead of the way that Gretchen is playing this. I mean, if she's going to play short side of the 8 ball and just play the 8 in the upper left, that's okay. But I think, I mean, if she wants to, I'll just shut the hell up and let her shoot. She seems to know what she's doing. Otherwise, she wouldn't have played that fabulous save. Yep, she is going to play the short side 8 ball. I like this because even if she does miss and she leaves the cue ball there, it's still going to make for a very difficult shot for Todd. But I got a feeling she's going to put it in. Drills it. Center pocket. 2-1 Gretchen Froelich. That is the success of a very good safe. Let's go back. Let's go back and watch that again. That was the game-winning safety. And she hits it with the perfect pace to get the cue ball behind the 8. I think she's going to shoot it. Come on. Come on. Couldn't have hit it any better. Very nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, Justin Ellingston, if you want to reconsider that bet on the sun drop, I'll let you out for half.
Half a bottle?
Yeah. All right, we got a big cluster in the middle of the table again. Might be another long rack of 8-ball. So, you know what we can do, Tom?
What?
We can talk about one of our sponsors.
Okay.
And his name is Rob Miller. He's down in Madison on University Avenue. Him and his partner own the Conscious Carnivore.
Oh.
Which is a whole animal butcher shop that provides expertise to help customers be more knowledgeable about what and how they eat. They opened their doors in September of 2013 with a mission to educate the home cook. From local animal sourcing to on-site high-quality butchering, they can ensure grass-fed and healthy meats.
Delicious.
I really want to get down there and try out some of their have you and Lonnie ever been to the meat block at all in
A few
Greenville?
times. Not too often, but a few times.
I think it's very comparable.
Okay.
And just a great guy. I remember when Rob contacted me, and he said, you know what? I don't care. You don't have to put my logo on there. If I don't get any business from it or whatever, I just want to give you money for what you're doing. It's, the best feeling in the world.
Would he be willing to give me money for doing things like in my yard? I did some compost pile work today, planted a few sunflowers, and
I'll tell you what, I'll ask him.
Okay.
I'll ask him for you.
Actually, Conscious Carnivore, I think if I've heard the name PBS, there's a cooking show that might be sponsored by that company.
Oh, that would be very cool.
Just the name sounds very familiar.
I'd have to ask Rob about that.
Yeah.
Great guy. So they believe it's time to recapture the flavor of cooking and connecting with family and friends over a home-cooked meal.
Delicious. Now I'm hungry. Thanks, Dale.
Yeah, me too.
And Conscious Carnivore.
Me too. Grumpy One says those are the honey-do list, so you're not getting paid for mulching. And I agree with.
Maybe next time.
Whoopsie.
Stuff happens.
So, Tom, to give you an idea, this is a $4.99 and under Fargo tournament, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, the reason I tell you that is everybody that, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of tournament players, very few leagues report to Fargo, as much as I'm aware of anyway. But tournament players, because of deliberate attempts in the past to rob tournaments, as you know, you pretend to be a crappy player, but you're a master player, and then you go into a tournament and basically rob the tournament. For the last 50 years or more, people have been trying to come up with a system that stops that from happening. You know, it used to be where you just go play. Everybody just went and played, no matter what your rating was, your skill level, none of that mattered. But that really degrades the amount of players that will play, if that makes sense, because the lesser player doesn't want to keep getting beat up on every single weekend.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but there's an argument on either side of that story. But for me, that's how I became the player that I am, is because I kept getting beat up all the time, and I learned how to not let that happen anymore.
Okay.
But anyway, so we have a system called the Fargo system, which puts them into a category, gives you a rating number, basically against everybody else in the system, if that makes sense. So it fluctuates, goes up, down, so on, depending on your performance in certain tournaments. So this tournament itself, the reason I bring that up, was capped at $4.99. So anybody that was at $4.99 Fargo or less could play in this tournament.
Okay. What's the maximum on that?
1,000.
1,000. Okay.
Yep. That's perfect pool all the time.
Okay.
Nobody has that rating. I think the highest is
Nobody you know.
I think the highest rating right now is 830 something, pro level.
Okay.
So
Interesting. Now, a creative thinker such as myself, if I wanted to hustle a little bit and was good, I'm not good. If I had a disguise and a fake name, could I make some cash?
So, that has been a debate because we just had, well, I don't know if I want to breach this subject tonight, but
hey,
we had
the weather outside sure is nice.
a former man, born male, decided that wanted to be female and won a women's event.
Ah.
So, I'm not going to discuss. So, has it happened? Yes, it has.
I wasn't talking that extreme of a disguise.
Well, you said that
I'm
you
just
wanted to
talking
shave
like-
your legs.
No, I'm just thinking like a silly hat, a pair of thick glasses,
No,
crooked mustache.
you wouldn't get away with it.
Okay. Well, that was one of 6 questions I thought of on the way down here. Is pool hustling still kind of a thing? And apparently it is.
So Tyler's Tilted says Joshua Filler is at 858 Fargo. So 858 shots out of 1,000 he's going to make. Yeah, I don't know. No, I guess that wouldn't be a good description. But that's pretty good.
Okay. Well, there's an old saying, you learn something every day. Not in my case.
He's not lying, folks. If you know Tom Thorne, he's telling the truth.
I am stupid. And forgetful. Did I ever tell you I'm stupid?
Sean Knowles, better known as Sean Streams, tuning in from North Carolina. Welcome back, my friend.
Nice.
Been in the chat for the last several evenings.
Hey, speaking of the chat, who is the gentleman that you blocked for 5 minutes earlier?
Oh, Mike Masevich.
Is he back on?
He hasn't said anything since.
Well, come on,
but
Mike.
That's not my problem.
Throw some sass Dale's way.
Oh, he will. He may have just tuned out. Like, I don't want to watch this crap. It's not that. I want to. Oh, very nicely done. Great jump shot by Todd. Let's see if we captured that on the. No, we did not. So never mind. My instant replay stopped working. That's why.
Got to pay the bills, Dale.
Yeah, no doubt. So I forgot to mention, and we'll probably get into it a little bit later, I'm also sponsored by Duracell batteries because the majority of the people use the mute button on their remote so many times that I have to replace batteries for them. I mean, can you blame them, really?
I cannot. Problem is, when I'm with Dale in person, I don't have access to batteries or remotes. I just have to ask him to leave,
Or just shut the hell up.
Or just shut the hell up.
Sure.
And neither of those usually work.
How you doing, Tom Jeffers? Tom Jeffers is actually the first of the final 16 to make it to the quarterfinals in the tournament we are currently watching. Took out Jim Engelhart on Friday. Friday afternoon here at the Varsity Club was not streamed because it was kind of last minute. But Tom has cashed his... What did I say? It's $575, I think.
Sounds familiar.
I will put the money breakdown up there in just a moment. So you kind of get an idea what this match is worth to the players. To give you an idea, this particular match, winning it, they are guaranteed $575.
Nice.
So this is a huge... Let me throw that up real quick while Gretchen is coming to the table. So, first place, $8,400 between the tournament and the player auction. Not bad for an amateur tournament, $4.99 in Fargo. If the winner tonight, like I say, advances into the quarterfinals, they're guaranteed $575. Then they are playing for $1,925 more in the next match. So, huge paydays.
Big money.
How you doing, Anthony Sadlin? Sean, why did we block Mike Misevich? Man, I'll tell you, there's so many reasons. I can't think of all of them. Good evening, Rick Chamberlain. If anybody has not heard the announcement or has not been watching Facebook, now that the UPL league starting here in the Fox Valley first, franchised by Tyler and Margaret Steyer, obviously, Rick Chamberlain is actually going to be the league operator in Milwaukee and Waukesha. So I'm very happy to have him aboard. And there's some very, very good reasons why I asked him to do that. So if you know Rick, oh boy, scratch. Ball in hand for Gretchen. She's got a couple of things to work out, but I think she's probably going to shoot this 15 ball first. Get it away from that 8 ball, and then the rest of the rack is pretty clear. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike Misevich. You have a match coming up? I didn't know that. I'm assuming the duct tape is for Tom's mouth?
What?
I think he might be talking about me again.
Well, that would make more sense.
Ouch. Yeah, there's always drama on this stream, Sean. You haven't been on it long enough to realize the shenanigans here. I'm not sure where she was headed with that one. But she's not put herself in a good position here. She could play the 12 all the way up in the Vincent Didio Memorial pocket. That's always a fun one. So, Tom, you're not aware of that. I'm going to put it on the overhead cam for you to see. This pocket in the lower left is called the VDMP.
Okay.
Vincent Didio Memorial Pocket. Vincent is our tattoo artist from Gallery 83 down in Fond du Lac, also a sponsor, and has been in the booth as a commentator many times.
Okay.
And many dreams of success and have gone to die in that pocket. Just like that. Just like that. For whatever reason, people have the most difficulty with that pocket on this table. It seems, I don't know if it's just a little bit tighter or the shelf is a little bit deeper or whatever the case may be, but he's the only person on the planet that owns a pocket. Well, he's renting it.
Okay.
For $250 a year as a sponsor.
Nice. And by the way, we have 5 other pockets available for sponsorship.
Yes.
I'll give you $3 for the other corner pocket.
It's funny you say that, Tom, because we have one of the viewers that he may be in the chat tonight but hasn't said anything, came up with the idea of doing a sponsored pocket for, we're doing the Ronald McDonald House charity.
Oh, nice.
So, and we're going to be doing this again when we get down to the finals of this tournament. Actually, the last, I don't know if it's going to be the last 8 matches, whatever. But I'm going to have a sponsor for each pocket. Anytime the winning ball in each game goes in that pocket, that sponsor donates an X number of dollars towards Ronald McDonald House.
Nice.
So, Sean Knowles, you're not the first person to have said that, and I'm not trying to be arrogant. Because that a lot of people that visit Wisconsin that play pool, this is the mecca or one of the biggest hotbeds in the United States for pool. A lot of tournaments, a lot going on. Beautiful shot.
There we go.
Beautiful shot. 2-2.
And what's the minimum number of games, and what's the maximum that would happen tonight?
The maximum number of games could potentially end up being, let's see, if we did 3, 4, that'd be 7, 9, 16. So if it went all the way to the end, it would be 3, 16, 6. Potential of 22 games.
Oh, my Lord.
But not 8-ball. Because once 8-ball is done, it's going to get a lot faster.
Okay.
Right? So, and the reason I say that, but that it's if every single one of these sets goes to the max. The odds of that happening are slim to none.
Okay. Because I have the Huber law thing you're forgetting about.
Yeah, that's right. You got to get back to jail.
I got to get back somewhere.
Sure, I understand. I get it. You let me know when you got to go. So do they come and pick you up here?
Yes.
Cool.
In a limo.
Interesting. Does Lonnie know this? That's why you're not home at night.
No. No, I could have mentioned. Well, I'll hold off on this thought for a moment. Boy, once again, there are an awful lot of balls on one side of the table.
I offer the players before the start of every single match, no matter what, if they would like to use. So, Tom, you're not aware of this, but they're called magic racks. So instead of using the wooden rack that is on the table right now, actually, I'll show you one of them. I'll even put it on the camera. Not that they haven't seen it before, but it's black, so I guess you can see it.
Cut the camera.
Oh wait, that's a nice mustache. Ew.
Not that nice.
So yeah, that's a magic rack for 8-ball.
And how does that work?
There's one for 9-ball and there's one for 10-ball. So like this is for 9-ball.
So you lay that on the table and the ball.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
I don't believe it.
And it gets the balls very tight together, which is what you want. that makes them
Break further kinetic
much
energy, physics.
much further apart.
Well, I call those things a doily, a fancy doily.
You're a doily.
Just like Grandma used to have.
You're a friggin' doily.
Dale,
Yeah, Sean, Mike Misevich saying, yeah, he moved here from Colorado quite a while ago, and we've all been regretting it ever since. If nobody's familiar with that name, Mike Misevich, he is the inaugural winner of the very first Knockout Challenge. And we've been hearing about it ever since. It's all he talks about. I was the first winner. Blah, 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 blah.
You okay there?
Might be having a stroke.
Have your medication handy?
Just kidding. Just kidding. He doesn't talk about it more than 3 or 4 times a day. Which it's not the worst. All right, Gretchen deciding to take stripes. Either one of these is nasty. Very nasty. That's another. So I mentioned before about Kyle Vertel.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk to him, and we also don't talk to Roger Pregler there. He's the guy that you met.
He said hello.
Yeah, he's the guy that you talked to when you first came into the varsity club.
Yeah.
That was standing outside.
Yeah.
He's our new. If people are not aware of that, Matt Strong is no longer the billiards manager here at the varsity club. Well, league operator. I don't know. He just abandoned us, went and got a real job and all this other crap. But just unbelievable why somebody would do that. But Roger Pregler is taking his place. So if everybody out there could, send up some prayers for all of us here at the varsity club, that'd be greatly appreciated because we're going to need it. Having Roger in charge.
Now, Roger's going to give me an evil eye when I leave here tonight. Why'd you let Dale say those things about me?
He knows. He already knows. I think he went home, too.
Oh.
That's a safe place. Good evening, Randy Parlick. Hello to you as well.
Is Randy trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Randy's probably the biggest troublemaker in the chat.
I had a feeling.
Just by the name?
Yeah.
Mm. I don't know. You know what? I think that would be... Let's ask our viewers. I think that would be a good poll question for our viewers. Who's the big... Oh, I know the answer.
Well, you got to do the question first, dude.
Who is the biggest troublemaker in the chat when it comes to Outer Points Productions? So, everybody chime in, throw somebody under the bus. That's what I would recommend. But then I'm going to give you who I think the biggest troublemaker in the chat is. I'm going to give it like 5 minutes. See what everybody says.
Dale. There's another Dale. Dale.
Wait a second.
Criminy.
Wait a second. You reading a different... Yeah, of course, Roger said it. There's Tyler. Okay, besides me. Yeah.
I just glanced. There actually are a few Dales.
It's the only one right now. Hey, good evening, Al Holden. What's happening at the state penitentiary in Waupun? Al Holden lives inside the walls of the maximum security prison.
Nice.
Oh, we got some good ones in there. Sam. Yeah, Sam was a little turd. Yeah, he's never been back ever since. Good. Taylor Collar. Definitely. Dan Yenner. Yep, number one. You know, and screw you, Justin and Kyle. Paul Hemminghouse says, Mike Misevich. Yep, I agree. If not you, it's Michael. Yep. You can if you want to, Randy. We don't mind trouble. All right. Safety attempted by Todd Jari. But I think Gretchen can pocket this 14 ball in the Vincent Didio Memorial pocket. The problem is getting on the 8 ball if she does pocket the 14, 9, 13. Y'all chill. Definitely. Yeah, whatever, Michael. Good evening, Jim. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Wait a second. Yes, I can. This is my stream, Travis. I can make up the rules as I go. What a beautiful shot by Gretchen.
Nice.
Again, the difficulty she faces, though, is not the 9 and the 13, is getting on that 8 ball. The 9 does not pass the 5 in the lower right-hand corner, so she's going to have to take that, I think, right now. This is not an easy out. Had she stayed just a little bit short of where she is now, like a foot to, well, maybe not even, like 6 inches to her right, this would be a little bit easier to get from the 9 to the 13. But she's going to have to put a little inside English on this, I think, and really force it to the middle of the table, and then come with a heck of a draw shot. So this is tough. Uh-oh. Oh, turned out okay. But she just made it even more difficult on the 8 ball than what it was before, because that does not pass the 1 in the lower left. She is going to have to come up with one heck of a shot. From what I see, the only spot that she can get to win this game is right here. So she is going to have to come, and I don't like this about the telestrator. So after she pockets the 13, she's going to have to come there and then back down here. Let's see if she can follow that line. She doesn't have to do too much. Close, close, close. Yeah. It's a little bit too much of an angle. Now she's in trouble. I don't see. Wow. This is the only shot that I see that she could potentially pull off. Would be to play the carom off the 1 ball. Let me see if I can get this. Zip. Carom off the 1 and call it in this side. You have to hit it really hard. And that is a tough shot. I don't even think it's feasible, to be honest. Okay, she has called the 8 ball in the upper right-hand corner, which means she is here. This is an even better shot. So now she is going to thin the 8 ball, play it off the 5, and try to make it in that corner. Nope. Never mind. She's not. Oh, I see what she's doing. I'll just shut the hell up. She's actually going to kick.
You just said you're going to shut the hell up.
She's going to kick at the 8 ball and try to make it that way. Good attempt. Good hit. Ooh, and left Todd, pretty tough, actually. Not bad at all. That's a good attempt. Yeah, I lie all the time. When I say I'm going to shut up, that's... No. So, we go to the comment by Fred Renner, I believe was the first one that said, who's the most loyal is a better question. That, I don't think I want to answer that because I don't want to call anybody out. But there's... All of you are loyal. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here all the time. So, thank you for that. You know as well as I do, I talk about it all the time. That means everything. If it wasn't for you, the viewers, we wouldn't be here. Well, we would, but Tom and I would be sitting here talking to ourselves. That doesn't really sound like a fun time.
About something.
Gretchen can actually win this game right now. If she hits it with the proper speed, where the 8-ball follows after it pockets the 1, the 8-ball may go in right after it. Oh, she called the bank. I don't like it. Here's the reason why I don't like it. If she misses the bank, she could potentially leave Todd out to win this game. But if she played the 8, she blocks the pocket for the 4, 5, 6. I don't. Oh my goodness,
boy, Dale, you don't know what you're talking about these days.
Holy crap! She comes up with another winning bank shot again. Look at this. That's not it. Damn it! Stupid instant reap. Damn it, Trevor. It's Trevor's fault. Trevor Simpson, it's always his fault. You know what? Use your remote and go back and rewind that again. Sorry, everybody.
And then tell Dale how to do it.
What a great shot again by Gretchen, going up 3-2. So she's on the hill. Most loyal, says Al. Mike Masevich says Al Holden. Yeah, I'm not going to answer that. All right, pockets a stripe and has a shot on either one. So, Tom, in 8-ball, in BCA rules, as long as you pocket a ball, you can shoot at either stripes or solids.
Okay.
The first shot after the break.
Okay.
So she has the option. Personally, I would take stripes just because of where the 3 and the 7 are. See how the 11 is blocking that pocket in the upper, I'll put it on this view, the upper right-hand corner.
Yes.
That's why I would play stripes. And I think she's probably going to do the same thing. She's going to shoot it's going to come right at us. 13 ball in the side. Well, look who's here. Nader Animator.
Oh, cool. Hello, Nader.
Tom knows that's my son. Checking out the pool tonight. And says, what the heck is Tom doing in there?
Again, the Huber law thing, not everybody knows.
Jim says his wife thinks that he's crazy, and she's right. She's missing out on quality entertainment. What the hell is he watching?
I don't know.
This is not quality entertainment. This could very well be... Oh, wait. I did not see that 12 ball. We're going to leave the camera right here for a little bit. Gretchen's going to shoot the 10 next. The difficulty she faces, though, is getting down to... I'll put it back on that camera view. But look at where that 12 ball is down on the other end of the table. That's going to make life a little bit harder. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, turned out okay. So she can pocket the 15 in the side. I don't think she can play this 11 ball right now. Let me try something else here. Whoop, wrong camera.
Uh-oh. Dale's got a remote in his hand.
Look out.
Thanks, Energizer or Duracell or whatever it was.
Yeah, we're just going to get rid of that.
Uh-oh. Dale's sneaking out. I'm going to start talking about pointless crap again. And that's what happens when you start a fist fight with
Good hit.
an old lady. So what were you getting ready to
So
boss her
there-
around or what?
There is and Tom doesn't understand why I was called out there to watch that. So there was a potential for a bad hit where, because the two balls were so close to each other, there is a good chance at double hitting the object ball. If you
Okay.
double hit it like that, it's a foul.
Okay.
So it would have been ball in hand for Todd had she done that, but it was a very good hit. What? Get out of here. Oh, my goodness. Watch this. Watch the cue ball on that screen over there. And let's see if I can get 10-second replay. But watch where that cue ball goes off the 4 ball and gets down to the 12. Remember I said that she was going to have a hard time getting down to that end of the table? Mm-hmm. I was wrong. Now she has, let's get in, no angle to get to the 8. So she's going to either have to force this and come back out and take the long cut on the 8 ball. Yep, she is. This, and I'm telling you, folks, I'm not saying this to be mean or anything disrespectful to 499 under, but if she can finish this rack, this is a 600-plus Fargo out. She has played this rack to perfection. So now I want to see her make it. Yeah.
I was going to say 610. Or is there no
610. 610 Fargo.
611?
All right, that's fair enough. That's fair. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What an out. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable. Wow, what a first set. Look at this shot. To win the set, 4-2. I told you, folks, she came to play. And this is center pocket. That does not hit a rail. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. She gets another round of applause. This is better than Mike Misevich could play.
Oh, I was going to say that. Mike.
Wow.
All right, so for the novice pool players, you said this is a first set that is done?
Yep, it is. So if you look at the top right here, and I'm showing Tom the scoreboard. So it says race to 4. So now Gretchen has 4. So that is the end. So now we're going to play 9 ball.
All right.
and that's a race to 5. Now it's going to be much faster because
Okay.
it's rotation.
Okay.
There's only one pattern. You go from the 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4, and you'll figure it out real quick.
Okay.
But this is where the pace picks up after the 8-ball set. It always does.
Got it.
But all the viewers are hoping that Todd, well, okay, I take that back. Everybody that's on Todd's team is hoping he wins 9-ball. If Gretchen wins the 9-ball, the night's over.
Oh.
So if she ends up 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, whatever the case may be, the match is complete. If Todd wins, then we go to 10-ball.
Okay.
So this could get interesting, or, yeah. I tell you, hats off to Gretchen. She's playing her butt off right now.
Very good.
So I am going to step out of the booth so I can use the little boys' room. We're going to put you on player break just for a moment. If I can find it. And we will be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. All right, folks, we are back. Time to start 9-ball, and both players have agreed that they would like to use the magic rack for the 9-ball session of tonight, and that is completely legal. So let me go over the 9-ball rules. There is no 9-ball breaks whatsoever. If the 9 does get pocketed on the break, it comes back up and the player continues to shoot. Obviously, there is a push out in all rotation. The 3-foul rule is in effect. So if you're not familiar with that, 3-foul rule is if you can get your opponent to foul 3 consecutive times in a row, it doesn't have to be. Yeah, I'm not going to confuse everybody or confuse myself. It is a loss of game or winner of a game if you're the one that 3 fouls your opponent.
Something
This
like
is
that.
a race to 5. And again, Todd must win this set for the match to continue. If he does not, Gretchen will walk away with the match win and guaranteed $575. And I'll tell you what, if she keeps playing the way she is, it's going to be very difficult for Todd to come back. All right, what did I miss in the chat here? Should put $1 in a jar every shot you predict. That's wrong. I'd go broke.
That'd need to be a really big jar. Really big.
I thought we were friends.
Well, we were.
Were. All right.
Maybe not even a jar, maybe a jug.
Fair enough.
A big old gallon jug.
Adam G says he's the 600 plus and he couldn't have made that 8-ball. Yeah, we know. Oi, look at that 9-ball. What is going on tonight? Karams the 9-ball in. Let's see if we got that on replay. Check this out. Look at this shot by Todd Jari. This is fantastic. This had to be hit so perfect. Oh, I might have missed it. Crap. Might have gone back too far. Nope. So, Tom, what just happened there is the 3 was the next object ball.
Mm-hmm.
All right? As long as you hit your object ball first, that's all that matters. Anything that happens subsequently after that is okay.
Okay.
So, given the fact that he made the 9 after, it's called a carom shot. So, he caroms off the 3, pockets the 9, is a win. So, now he's up 1-0.
Okay. I believe you this time.
What's going on, Mad Matt? Yeah, that actually was insulting to her, Mike Misevich. You're right. Not going to argue. Jim, you're 100% correct. You know, there's times where I shoot like a 499 Fargo. But then there's times where I shoot like a 750 too. You know, it's all depends on the day. All right, so this is a push shot. We're going to describe this to Tom. Even though the 1 is on the table, and that is the next numbered ball that she has to hit, this is rotation.
Mm-hmm.
The very first shot after the break, you have the option to call a push. So you can push the cue ball anywhere that you want to. You don't have to hit a rail. You don't have to hit a ball. You don't have to do anything. The only thing is your opponent has the option to make you shoot that shot. So Todd, if he did not want to shoot this 1 ball, he would give it back to Gretchen, and then she would have to shoot it and then make a legal hit. Easy game, right?
I believe so.
Mike Bonnell says, anybody else lose focus on the stream? I'm pretty sure that's your eyes, Mike. We've seen you shoot.
Maybe he meant lose focus, like just not pay attention to what Dale is saying.
Yeah, that is a possibility. All right. Todd with an open shot on the 1 ball, but getting to the 2 could be quite the challenge. Mike Bonnell, I'm assuming it's because you're out in the middle of nowhere, up in the North Woods, where there's like bear attacks and everything else. I'm assuming that's why your stream is not stable. Kind of like your personality.
I was going to say Dale's not all that stable either. Not just his personality. His fine motor control.
See, this is why I wanted Tom to join me. Okay, here's an interesting situation. Todd did hit the 2 first, right? Now, if you watch what happens on that screen over there, Tom.
Yep.
Watch the 5 ball go in. All right, because he hit the 2 first, that 5 going in counts. So, oh, look at this. He does it again. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? What? What the hell? Watch this over. Watch on that screen over there, Tom, again. So he'll come 1 rail and hit the 2 first. Now watch the 4 get kicked into the side pocket. He gets to shoot again.
I could have done
that. Is not.
No big deal. Whatever.
Simple, right? Oh, and then gets away with a save. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's close. It's very close, but I think she can see it. Trevor Simpson. What's happening, Trevor? Good shot by Gretchen. That is a difficult shot to stay down on. Trevor, you're in Texas right now?
Yes. Oh, Dale's sneaking behind me for something. No.
You don't have to tell people that.
Well, there goes the air conditioner.
Heck yeah. It's getting hot in here.
I'm going to get all cold and
a lot of hot air.
Crampy.
Your outer points are going to start showing.
Whatever.
Okay, that is a rare miss by Gretchen. Trevor, how the heck are you, my friend? What is going on in Texas? Are you all moved in? Yes, I did blame you several times already tonight, Trevor. Good evening, Michael Parker, and you're very welcome, as well as everybody else. You're very welcome for the stream. I do enjoy what I do, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the likes and the shares tonight, by the way. If you're not one of them, well, then shame on you. Holy smokes, there's smoke on the table and all kinds of stuff happening. Here, Tom hasn't seen this yet.
Oh, I saw it already.
No,
Dale. Once is enough. That's enough. Oh, my goodness.
He's on fire. That's for good shots. But here's...
Do you have any turd, like a little
here, look at
poopy
this.
pile for... That looks pretty real.
Get a little mouse right in front of the 3 ball. Sorry, everybody. My toys.
Sorry.
My toys. We like to play here.
So as I was saying, do you have a little turd steaming pile of poo for any...
You know, for crappy shots.
Bad shots?
We should get that. Mike Misevich isn't playing tonight. But that would actually be a good idea for when Mike plays next. He's playing Tim Schatz I think next Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. Maybe I should get the poop emoji on here. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and then of course we have. Oh wait, this is. Oh, that's a different one. My bad. But thank you. It's starting to look that like 9-ball is Todd Jari's game. Trevor says it's hot as hell in Texas. So, Trevor, we have somebody that he's had to take your place. One of mine and Mrs. Cheddar's friends. What's your name again?
It's Tom.
Is it Tom?
Tom.
Tom, right?
Yep.
Tom Thorne. Sitting in your chair tonight.
It's cozy.
All right, let's see if Todd can pocket this 9-ball to take a 2-0 lead. Down she goes. See, now you get a good look at Tom's beautiful mug.
What?
Isn't that nice?
It's not that beautiful.
Wait, I have a sound effect for that.
What?
Okay, let's give Todd 2 and none for Gretchen in 9-ball. Tom Bonos, hello. I have not seen you around in quite some time.
He probably likes it that way.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee it. I'm probably on mute at his house. Al Jordan, cheers. Let's have a drink together. Yeah, Trevor, you have had quite the ordeal getting down to the big state there. We haven't talked in a couple weeks. What the hell's going on? Oh, it's only 102 there now. Oh, that's not bad. All right. Todd deciding to pocket the 3 and the cue ball. Not something I would recommend if you want to win, that is. It's best, and I don't know if you know that, Tom, it's best if you keep the white ball on the table at all times.
I've heard.
Michael Parker, what's happening in Whitewater today? Do any fishing in this heat? Uh-oh. Oi, right off the outer points. That is not what Gretchen needed to happen. So now she's going to be kicking at that 4-ball. Or just kicking and screaming. Because it didn't work out the way she had liked. Oh, nice attempt. Very nice attempt. But that leaves Todd with the 4 through 9 all in very good position. He doesn't have to move the cue ball around very much at all to get out of this rack and take a 3-0 lead. Tom did not replace you, Trevor. He's just he's keeping your chair warm until you get back in 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Tom's taking a nap, which usually happens.
I'm just happy to be getting paid a lot of money for showing up today. A lot. Whoops.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Nope.
Nope.
Hang on a second. Wait.
We got the buzzer before.
Let's go back to. I'm sorry. What did you say?
The crickets.
You're getting paid how much? What?
A lot.
Oh, the outer points gets Todd Jari in the side pocket again. Nasty outer points.
Well, now I know where Outer Point Streaming name comes from.
Oh, do you though?
Well,
I was just on player break. Gretchen did not, and actually Todd did not know how Outer Points got its name.
really?
So
Come on.
I can tell the story if you. All right,
Everybody's typing no, no.
who in the chat does not know how Outer Points got its name? And then I'll tell the story. And I guarantee you, Tom, and I'm going to call them out when they do it.
Okay.
The people that I guarantee they know the story, but they're going to make me tell it again. You
Is
watch.
it that good?
It's good. It is a good story. You don't know it?
I probably know it. I just don't pay attention when you're talking.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're just like everybody else.
Nor do I remember.
What's going on, Steve Kilberg? And as a matter of fact, Mr. Poet, your jersey should be arriving within the next couple of days. So let me know when you get it, if you get it. Oh, look at this. He's going to fluke another one in. That is the third one in 3 games so far. Misses the 6 ball and pockets the 7. Dear Lord in heaven. Now he'll probably draw it right into the side pocket. This is a tough shot. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That was not easy. I mean, it wasn't that hard, but well, thanks for joining us, Steve. Got you on the Tom Bono says he's got us on the big screen tonight. And no, you're not on mute. That's a very gutsy man. Bill Hocus Pocus Larson, what is going on, my friend?
There's a little bit of a pause there.
Yeah, I
my
did. So I'm
friend.
there's a reason why I did that. One of the all-time best comments in the chat, as long as I've been doing this, came from Bill Larson.
And what was it?
All right, so you're going to have to pay attention, everybody else, if you've never heard the story, and then I'll tell the Outer Point story.
2 stories coming.
Two story of them. Bill Larson. We were talking about pre-shot routines and what pool players have been practicing, and what does your practice look like? What are you working on right now? And everybody's answer is different. Well, Bill Larson's was, I'm working on my stance right now at the pool table. He's in a wheelchair. True story.
Good. That's a good one.
True story. Oh, such a good shot. But Gretchen has left herself with a... That's a better look at it, I think. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Maybe this is a better angle. Yeah, let's try that one. This is a super, super, super thin cut. Michael Parker, yep. Michael Parker says it's none of your business. Look how he spelled none. N-U-N. There's a reason why Michael Parker says that.
Why?
And I will tell the story.
Oh,
Leaves it hanging. So this is the difficulty of 9-ball. Yep. So I just had to wave Gretchen off. She was about to, or actually Todd said something first, and then I put up my hand. I'm like, she can't do that. You cannot concede a game. At any point in time, no matter what, you cannot concede a game. And I know it was not intentional for Gretchen to do that, and she would not do that. But it's a form of sharking. So anyway, didn't happen anyway. Doesn't matter.
All right, so what's the story on Outer Points?
Nobody said that. I don't think anybody in the chat said that they haven't.
Maybe nobody cares.
I don't think anybody cares.
I don't care, but I'm stuck in this room for a few more minutes. Sound booth with a microphone, headphones.
Yeah, everybody's heard the story.
Okay.
All right, so no, I'm not going to tell it. Oh, that's sad. Really wanted to tell the story. No, I didn't.
You can tell me some other time.
I've told it so many times.
Can you say it in like 7 words?
Grumpy one says they have not. All right. It is now. Oh, and a shot at the. Oh, we got potential for a 1-9 bank combo. The odds of that happening are slim and slimmer. But it is 3-0 in favor of Todd Jari.
So now if he would win this game.
Oh, he makes it. And has a shot on the 2-ball. Very nicely done. So if Todd wins this game and the next, then we go to 10-ball.
Okay.
So Gretchen's going to have to get on her horse and win some games here. She may not have a choice in this rack. C.J. Riley says he's never heard the story. All right, I'll tell it. Just not tonight. Oh, this is going to dress up right by the side pocket for Gretchen.
Hey, how come they didn't pick up the doily?
It's not a doily, Tom. There. Are you happy?
I am moderately.
All right. Heather Green wants to hear it too. All right. So let's go back about 5 years. 4 years somewhere. I'm commentating for the Mad Apple for Kendall Cook, and I'm in the booth with Brian Hollenbeck. Right? So we're in the finals of the Women's State Championship. It's cold as hell there. We're up in Wausau at the Expo Center. It's in the middle of winter, and it's cold in there. And one of the ladies misses the 7-ball in the side. And I said live that, oh, yeah, it hit the nipple. Or it hit the titty. Okay, that's pool vernacular. Okay. Every single pool player in the world knows that's what they're called. Okay. All right. There's a lady that called in and said, "Did you hear what Little Cheddar just said in the middle of a women's state finals? How offensive. That is just ridiculous." So Kendall comes over by me and he's like, "All right, we can't do that anymore." Anyway, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Because it's so cold in there, I go over by Nate Mindham, who owns Cue It Up, or started the Cue It Up podcast, right? He's got his booth over there, and I buy a hoodie because I'm cold. I get back into the booth, and I haven't put it on yet, and I'm putting it over my head, and Brian looks at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I couldn't say it. I couldn't say my nipples were getting hard. I couldn't say my titties were getting cold or anything like that. I was like, my outer points are getting a little firm. So, anyway, the lady that called in, her sister is a nun. Literally a nun. So when Michael Parker said, when you ask how Outer Points got its name, it's none of your business. So, all right. Fast forward a little bit. When Brian and I went out on our own and started Outer Points streaming, we went back and forth for 2.5 months. We didn't know what to call the stream.
Okay.
We had we're like, I have no idea. So, I mean, we came up with quite a few names. None of them just kind of sound right. Anyway, I'm at work one day, and I text Brian, and I'm like, hey, how about let's call it Outer Point Streaming? That's the rest
There
of the
you go.
story. So
Nice.
that is how. Now we don't say nipples or titties anymore.
And
That
if
one
it-
hit the outer points.
And if you called it nipples streaming, people would get a whole different idea. I believe so. Well, the lady that the lady that took such offense.
That's none of your business.
I'm not sure if she's aware, but men do have nipples as well.
Yeah,
So-
it's very true. Very true.
And don't get me started on the man boobs.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay, I'll start. So this is a really long story. It goes back 50 plus years.
Holy crap. All right.
Takes about an hour and a half to talk or even give the basic rundown. I'll squeeze it into an hour and 9 minutes. Just kidding.
I kind of figured.
Anyway, on a different topic, I probably will be leaving after this match because
Oh,
I get the sense.
boo.
I get the sense that I'm not welcome here anymore.
Oh my God.
No,
You know, if that's the attitude you're going to have, then yes, you should leave.
I'll still take my
Take it-
mileage reimbursement though. You know what I should do?
You'll get nothing and like it.
I did.
Oh, what a fabulous shot by Todd Jari to get on this 5-ball. That was beautiful. I'm telling you that there's a good chance that Todd may win this set 5-0.
So here are my few questions before I depart.
Oh,
And
boy.
we covered a couple of these already. Number one, do you reimburse for mileage? The answer is no.
I don't reimburse for anything.
What's one of the more frequent but like dumb or basic questions that you get about billiards? Not so much-
You're asking one of them right now.
What is the dumb question? We covered this already. How much does a round of pool cost these days? You said about
A round of pool.
Or a
This is
game of
not
pool.
golf.
pool.
So these tables you rent by the hour.
Oh, okay. And what's an hour cost?
$8.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's eight or 10 here. I've never rented a table here. I don't know.
If I say something really stupid on air,
Will it
can
be on there
we-
for life?
Can
Yes.
we just rewind and
No.
edit it?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
All right. And then this last question, as I drove down here from Appleton to Oshkosh or Greenville to Oshkosh, a bar had a cornhole tournament outside, and I thought, boy, that's stupid. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't play.
Why is that
cornhole.
stupid?
But I just thought, well, am I going to get my ass
4-0.
Am I going to get my ass whooped out in the parking lot for not being a fan of cornhole?
Oh, for sure.
All right. So
Yeah.
I got to leave now.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I probably would stay longer, but again, we have a doggy at home that's
Ill.
getting a lot of eye drops due to a major eye infection. She'll be fine, but it's a lot of work with one person, so 2 people makes it a lot easier. Drops every 2 hours and a couple other things, and she'll be good. But anyway, thank you for having me. I assume I'll never be back.
Oh, yeah, there's no
so
doubt.
That's the way
Yeah.
that goes. That's what friends are for.
That's
Um,
you don't even need to ask that question.
But anyway, have yourself a great evening and hope things go well.
Well, actually, in all honesty, though, it was nice having you in the booth.
Yeah.
It's actually very, for somebody that knows a limited amount about pool, you know, it's good
That's
to have
nice.
the banter back and forth, though. You know,
Nice way to
is-
put it.
Yeah, makes.
Dumb knucklehead.
Oi, another scratch in the side by Todd.
Yep, that means I'm out of here.
Anyway,
Anyway, like and subscribe, like
scribe.
stuff. All right, have a good one. We'll catch you next time, maybe.
All righty, he's out of here, folks. Alrighty, Tom is out of here. So now you're stuck with me for the rest of the night. So we were talking about a couple of good comments, actually. Yes, Derek Sitzman, yeah. It was funny that she was offended by that. It was just ridiculous. But whatever, that's the world we live in. But then the comment, so cold you could scratch someone's car. Very nice. Hal Jordan, no Kings protester. Jim says the storms are just starting to roll into southern Wisconsin. Yikes. I'm going to have to take a look at the radar. Good shot on the 2-ball. Unfortunately, the 8-ball is now in between the cue ball and the 3. Should be a pretty easy hit, though. Yep, and does. And doesn't leave Gretchen with a whole lot. I'll tell you what, Gretchen would really have to play her butt off to get the next 5 games in rotation. That's really difficult. So be prepared, everybody. We are probably, I'd say 99% positive, we are going to be playing some 10-ball tonight. Yeah, is it a Spider-Man onesie? Pikachu. Okay, good shot by Gretchen. Leaving Todd with either a jump shot over the 6, or he's going to have to kick probably 2 up. We're going vertical. Using the dart method. Oh, good hit. And still a scratch. Sorry about that. Changed the camera at the wrong time there. Getting a little cold in here. My outer points are getting pretty firm. Jess Mattingly, that would have been funny. Unfortunately, I don't think YouTube would have given me that name. Good evening, Andy Coons of Wisconsin Pool Players Society. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. All right, good shot by Gretchen, taking what the table gives her. Play the 5 in the lower right and come between the 6 and the 9. Oh, boy. I'm afraid to see the pictures you guys sent. Oh, no. Gretchen was so worried about the shape on the 6 ball, she forgot to make the 5. What? Holy cow. How does that not go in? I don't think Gretchen can fully see this 5 ball. Oh, so close. Just hangs in the pocket. Not an easy shot for Todd to get back on the... Never mind. Couldn't have hit it any better, actually. Okay, this could be a 5-0 victory for Todd and a whole bunch of momentum going into the 10 ball. All right, 8 ball coming right at you. And then the 9 ball on the opposite side, and I'm assuming we're probably going to take a little player break. All right, indeed. All right. Yep, the players actually just asked for a quick player break. So I am going to allow them to do that. I'm going to give you something fun to watch for a little bit.
I'll tell you what, when you're fishing these
and I'll be back.
fast action coho salmon, you need a great crew out here to be on it. We have 2 first mates running around here today. They're world-class fishermen. They're on the rods. They're getting the baits in the water as quick as possible to keep us on fish and keep the fish coming in the boat.
That one's on there. You feel that, Fix?
That one's on there.
I don't want any excuses.
There we go. There we go. Double. Grab that one. Daily double.
Zach, where are you?
Jump in there, Zach. Hurry, Dylan. Hand the rod off quick.
Hey, down.
I got that rod right behind you. Double, it's triple.
Alex, let me know if you want the other net. I'm guessing so. Yeah, grab it. I got it. Nice coming up.
Here comes the first one. Wow. What action, guys. Look what we got, long rods. That happens. That happens. Here comes number 3.
Get your head up.
Pull him right
down.
Got him.
Coming in.
Wow.
Woo. So we put out a pretty big spread. We usually run anywhere between 9 and 12 rods. Every angler can have 3 baits per person. We try to do that so we can maximize our baits so that way everyone can get a turn on the rods. They all take turns, switch off, try to make it the best they can for everybody.
There you go, Greg.
Yeah.
Reel in with a grill. Double header. Doubled up. Daily double. I got mine, Jonesy.
That's a big one.
Wow.
Reach. I got him.
Yeah. There you go, buddy.
Doubled up. The dumper Dan daily double.
You got it, buddy.
These fish, though, they eat alewives, don't they?
They eat, yeah. Baitfish here is alewife shad right out of the Sheboygan Harbor, but there is another one banging on outside diver.
Zach,
they're in here thick as cordwood right now, and there's coho everywhere eating these baitfish, and that's why we're catching them the way we are. Month of May, you gotta get out here. This is just awesome fishing. Another chunky coho salmon, Zach.
Nice
Get him,
Get in
Zach.
there, Dylan. Scoop them up.
All right, buddy, take a couple steps back for me.
You guys want me to net them?
Up. Nope.
Nice. How many boats are you running now?
6 of them. All Baja 30-foot sport fishing model style charter boats. Nice big back decks on it, like you see. They're cranking one in right now.
Yep.
We have all the gear, everything. We run anywhere from 10 to 20 lines at one time, depending on how many customers we have on board.
That's one of the great things, folks. You know, it's really, you know, you just show up and go fishing. You got your clothes with you, but they got everything you need. It's
Turnkey
really
operation.
And once you get here, Dump's got the lodging right there along the river.
Absolutely. You're 50 feet from your condo door to the back deck of one of our charter boats.
And a cup of coffee in between there.
And the coffee in the store, absolutely, for the eye opener.
Yeah.
Center rigger. Oh, a double on that side. I got this one. Go on,
Get over the seat.
that one got. No, he's on there. Hit him.
No, that's what's on.
Zach's got one. That
I got
one's a
one.
triple.
Oh, I think.
Don't worry, I got it,
We
guys.
hit the twilight zone.
Guess who's the last man standing? You can't force them.
Hey, board middle, outside board.
Outside board.
Right there, inside Get up the rig. Inside board. Oh, where's the other one?
We don't have any lines left.
Yeah, they are just about all out.
Scoop her up, Alex.
Man, was that some action there. Holy cow.
Every rod was taken off.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
I tell you what, we're 2 for 6 in the last 2 minutes, but we are having fun, and that's what you get to do out here at Dumper Dan's charter fishing. Dump, if they want to come out and do some fishing and get in on this great action, what do they do?
The best way is call me, Dumper Dan, at 920-377-1147. I'll answer all your questions. We'll look at the reservation book and we'll get you on out here. Also, check out our website, dumperdan.com. On dumperdan.com, on the right-hand side, you can access our Facebook page at Dumper Dan Sport Fishing Charters.
Folks, it's a great time out here in Lake Michigan. Make sure you get out here and enjoy this beautiful place.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Midwest Outdoors content.
Alrighty. Thank you to Dumper Dan for that. Actually, perfect timing. Players are back. We are going to be playing a race to 4. 10 ball. Rack your own. Winner break. 10 ball on the break does not count. And if you're about to ask the question, does the 2 and the 3 have to be on the back corners? No. That rule changed about 2 years ago, somewhere around there. Does not have to. Doesn't matter. The 10 ball, if it does go in on the break, it is spotted. It is not a re-rack. If, I'm sorry, there is, you can use the 10 ball as a combination or a carom at any point in time, but it must come back up. It is not a win. So the 10 ball must be the last ball pocketed no matter what. Excuse me. And as always, 3 foul rule is in effect. All right, Gretchen making Todd kick at this 1 ball. Thanks, everybody, for staying up late with me. Well, it's not late yet. 9:19, 9:20. No hit. Now, if Gretchen really wanted to, she could attempt a 3 foul, but given where the 3 is, that's probably not the worst option. Unless she decides that she wants to break it out. Oh, I like it. If she got away with it. So, she is attempting at a 3 foul. So Todd is, it looks like he might be kicking at it. But here's what could happen. He could actually end up hitting the 1 ball. Oh, he might be able to see it clean. Nope. I have to watch this, but that may not be. Oh, that was a good hit. Looks like Gretchen might be attempting another safety here. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. I think I would try to hide that 2 ball, or hide the cue ball right behind the 3 and the 5. Just kind of bank the 2. Oh, boy. No, that's not what she wanted. But again, the 3 does not really have a pocket. So Todd's going to have to probably play safe as well. Yeah, Grumpy one. Yes, it was a good hit. And I was actually looking at that. And I can't call it anyway. It's up to the players. But, yes, it did hit the 1 on the way in. And then the cue ball hit the rail. Then came back and hit the 1 again. And then nothing hit a rail. But, yes, it was a good hit. Thanks for not saying it, Adam. All right, Todd attempts to pocket the 3 in the side, or it could have been a 2-way shot, but I think he left it for Gretchen to pocket the 3 in the side. Oh, boy. Nope. Okay, Todd with an opportunity to take the first rack. The difficulty is going to be getting from the 5 to the 6. It does not pass the 8 ball, so he's going to have to get to the bottom side. Uh-oh. And makes it a little harder because now he gave himself a bad angle on the... I mean, it's not the worst, but he did leave himself with a funky angle on the 4. Probably run into the 9 ball. Now comes the shot I was talking about. We'll see how he fares. Wow, hit it great. Hit it super. Nicely done. Okay. 7 to the 8. This looks a little tricky from this angle. Nine could come into play. 10 could come into play if he hits it too flat. Oh, boy. He forgot to make the 7 ball. And left Gretchen in ideal position. James Mankey, you are 100% correct. There's only 2 reasons that I come out of the booth, and this has been talked about it many times, and I don't take it disrespectful in any way. Unsportsmanlike conduct, I will come out of the booth every single time, no matter what. And if a player asks me to come out for a question or something like that, then obviously I will come out of the booth. Or, yes, I am a referee. This is my tournament. This is the players' tournament. This is my stream. So I am the referee. I'm the tournament director, the streamer, the referee, all rolled into one. And I can't afford to hire a permanent referee, But I'm not a referee unless asked. So, yes, you are correct. So I will never step out of the booth to call a no-hit or a hit or anything unless I am asked to do so. Okay, this 10 ball for the win in rack number 1 of 10 ball. Down she goes. That was a really good shot on the 9 ball by Gretchen. That was a huge out for Gretchen, given the fact that she lost the 9 ball set 5-0. So to come back and pocket those, let's see, it was 7, 8, 9, 10, those 4 in super fashion to get the first win of 10 ball. And yes, I did get out of the booth a couple of times last night. For several reasons. Stuffed cheddar in the side pocket. Yeah. I do remember that well. All right. 1 ball is down. Not much of a shot on the 2 ball. Thanks, James. I've set it to I get a lot of private messages okay, I shouldn't say a lot, but I do get some really nice private messages, and those are the comments that keep me doing what I'm doing. And I hope I'm doing right by the players, because that's all that matters. And it's only going to get better. Woo, what a cut. What a cut. Oh, my gosh. What a horrible roll. I think they're going to need my eyes for this one. All right. Completely shot away from it, so that was a good hit. Quite the gap between them. Well, I shouldn't say quite the gap, but there was a gap in between them. All right. Gretchen is going vertical. See if we can get a highlight reel here. Or a good replay. Commentator's curse. My opinion, anyway, this is the key shot to this rack, is getting from, not necessarily from the 5 to the 6, but getting the right angle on the 6 ball to get to the 7, and oh my goodness. Holy cow. I would have never expected that from Todd Jari. That is quite the surprise. Just overhit it quite a bit. Yes, Sean, he took his ball in hand and then scratched. Gretchen left herself with kind of an ugly cut on this 8 ball. It's pocketable, but she called the bank. I don't mind this shot too much, other than the fact that it potentially a sellout, but it's better than scratching, because if she tries to cut it in either corner, it probably will scratch. Yeah, it is going to be a sellout. Yeah. So Todd very luckily ends up coming back to the table. All right, Todd is probably going to have to go around the 10 ball. I'll get you a little bit different camera view. Go around the 10 and then play it in the... Okay, never mind. He could hold it. All right, to make it 1-1. Center pocket. All right. Nothing going down on the break for Todd. Calls the bank shot and makes it. I don't think she left herself with a shot on the 2-ball, though. All right, that's not the worst. She did get a good hit on the 2-ball and did leave it. Well, the 7 is in the way, so Todd cannot pocket it anywhere unless he decides to play. Oh, it looks like he's. All right, called the 8-ball. So he's going to play the 2 either into the 8 or off the 7 into the 8. Uh-oh. Did not want to do that. All right, I think it would probably be the easiest for Gretchen here is to play the. Let me switch the camera view. 3 in the corner, obviously, and then just kind of drift over by the 6 and then play the 4-8 combo. All right, she decides to just draw right out of it and get behind the 4 and try to pocket that in the side pocket, it looks like. She could actually, here's a fun one, folks. She could actually play it in the opposite side. The bank does go, and having the 5 and the 9 right there is a huge window, which makes that 4 potentially even more pocketable. Oh, and she called it. I kind of like this shot. I think it makes it a little bit easier having those balls there as long as she doesn't go long with it. Uh-oh. Yep. And she left Todd with a shot on the 4. Good shot by Todd, getting back down to play the 5 in the same side. Oh, and takes his eyes off the prize. Hits the 5 too thick, trying to hold for the 6, and ends up missing it. This is quite the challenge for Gretchen, though. She either has to bank the 5 because she can't cut it in the side, or play the carom on the 5-8 because she can't play the combo. If she plays the combo, she's going to scratch in the side. And it looks like she called the bank, so she's going to play the 5 in the lower left-hand corner. That's a very fortunate break for Todd. This could have ended up much, much better for... Oh, boy. All right, 5-8 combo coming up. Hey, good evening to you as well, Patrick Carlson. Ooh. Todd would have liked to have bring that back just a little bit further. He left himself pretty long on this 6 ball. This is a challenging shot, especially when we're getting down towards the end of the match. Nicely hit. Nicely done. Uh-oh. 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 Ew. I think he can avoid the scratch here. Go to the overhead. Yeah, I think it's going to catch the outer point, maybe. He should be okay. Oh, no. So worried about the scratch. He wasn't able to, did not pocket. Ugh. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. She left herself with a challenging 50-yard line shot. This could be massive. Oh, goodness. Don't want to scratch. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The pressure is mounting, folks. The pressure is mounting. It's getting exciting. Ooh, overcuts it and leaves Gretchen with a very difficult shot of her own. drills the bank shot on the 10 ball to go up 2-1. What a pressure-packed shot. I'll tell you what, Gretchen has come with some incredible shots to finish some racks, and that was one of them. Let's see if we got that on replay. Yep. What a fabulous, I mean, and this is not an easy shot. Off the rail, perfect speed, just enough for it to fall in. Unbelievable. Whoo-hoo. She is a banking machine. All right. Nothing down and nothing to shoot at for Todd. Tony, I think you should send her a message. She should do that. I haven't seen a good bank tournament in a while. I don't think... yeah, I don't think Todd can even see a piece of that. Gonna have to kick at it. Wow. Gets a good hit on the one, but hits it so thin, ends up scratching anyway. So still a foul. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Overhit that one. This is what happens in the later stage of the stage. Never mind. Perfect. Good luck, Craig. That's this Saturday? All right, Gretchen electing to take the long combo on the 4-8 versus trying to get around table to get on the 4, which would have been pretty difficult. Oh. And leaves it for Todd. Just made this rack a whole lot easier. I think Todd needs to just draw up table just a smidge, and that's going to give him the, yep, just like that. Gives him the right angle on the 5, just pocket it. And then it's a very simple combo on the 6-7. Honestly, I think that's going to be the key shot of this rack is that combo. If he doesn't hit it too, oh boy. He just hit that one too hard. Here's what I don't like this combo anymore. He was so set on playing that combo, he's just going to get up and I don't like this anymore. This is really a challenge. I think I would play safe. That's very fortunate. Had that 7 gone in, Todd was in a lot of trouble kicking at that 6 ball. I would have intentionally played safe. I don't think that was intentional. I don't think she did, but if I was Gretchen, I would call the 7 ball. Because the cue ball might come off the backside of the 6 and pocket the 7 in the corner, and then she would have a shot on the 6. Just like so. Unfortunately, just like I said, she did not call it. Oh no. So now, Todd actually has the option, if he so chooses, to give this back to Gretchen. Because she pocketed the ball without calling it. He can take the shot himself or give it back to Gretchen. And I'll be honest with you, in this, he called the 9 ball. I would not do this. Oh, goodness. Oh, he called. Okay. I think he called safe. I think he was trying to put the cue ball right behind the 9. Woo, and makes it. Uh-oh. That cue ball is just going to keep right on going into a much more difficult position. All right. Does she go aggressive or does she play safe? I would actually This would be kind of a two-way shot for me. Yep, just like this. It's got to slow down a little, though. Woo! It slowed down just enough to not leave it. I mean, it's close enough into the pocket, but oh my goodness, he is jumping over this 9-ball. This is crazy. And I don't know if he can get over and keep the cue ball in this. Oh my God, you got to be kidding. What a friggin' unbelievable shot. Gets over that 9-ball and keeps the cue ball on the table. This is a $4.99 and under tournament? Are you kidding me? And drills the 9-ball. Huh. Going to be 2-2. Unfreaking believable. Man, I got chills in here. It's not even cold. Okay. I'm not even going to, we're not even going to talk about it yet. What a great shot. Let's see if that I got that one on. Check out this jump shot. This is sick. Look at how far he has to get over this 9-ball. And then, like I said, to be able to keep the cue ball on the table is just insane. Because he had to hit it at, and then avoids the scratch, comes back up. Wow. Jeepers Christmas. This is some high-level pull going on here, folks. All right. We got a ball down. 4-ball in the side, and I don't believe any kind of shot on this 1-ball, and it's so far tucked behind the 5. Todd is actually going to have to play a push out, I believe. And if I was Gretchen, I'd be giving it back no matter where he puts it, unless he breaks it out. I'll tell you, gutsy call going for that jump shot. But it ended up, well, it may end up working in his favor, but we'll see. All right. The pressure's on. Nine ball to the 10 ball. And I do not blame Gretchen for taking her time on this. What a pressure shot. This to be the first to the hill in 10 ball. Backs off. I don't blame her. We have to draw back just a smidge. Oh, don't scratch. Don't do that to her. Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't know about you folks, but I'm nervous as hell for these two. This 10 ball to get on the hill. Drills it. Center pocket. What an out for Gretchen Froelich. On the hill. All right. Actually, Todd requested, or actually, I should asked Gretchen if he could take a quick break and go to the bathroom. And quite honestly, I don't blame him one bit. So, what an exciting match. Jesse Crook just joined me in the booth. So, I think very first time, right?
Yes, sir.
So grab that microphone and swing it right in front of your face there, and there's a headset right by your knee. Put that on there, and so you guys have never seen him. There's a reason why I'm showing you this picture. Kind of move up a little bit. So that's what the viewers are looking at right now. So I've talked about Jesse many times on the stream before. He is our resident photographer, if you will. All the good pictures that you see, and one of my all-time favorites is Scott Kugel over by Willie Moscone, or the awesome black and white picture. So thanks for joining me in the booth, Jesse.
Absolutely.
I greatly appreciate you having here. There's a reason why I called him in here as well. It's more exciting from this booth than anywhere else. But what happens, everybody, if Todd Jari wins this next game?
Shootout.
We're going to a shootout for the first time on the stream. I probably just ruined it right now, but I'm going to have Jesse at the controls while I go out and man the table, if you will. Or midget the table, or wait, I don't know. You're shorter.
Half man.
Are you taller than I am, or we're pretty close, right?
We're pretty close.
Yeah.
They think I'm you up front at the bar, actually.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Do you get free food?
Well, yeah.
Nice.
You don't, but I
No,
do, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's horseshit. So, anywho, this is exciting. So, if we end up, I'm just going to blow it right away. So, if we end up going to a shootout, this is what you're going to see, folks. There's no sponsor logos. There's no anything else other than just the table and the players. So you're going to be able to see who's shooting. And I'm going to give Jesse kind of an idea as to what he has to do if we do get to that point. All right, so if a player makes one, Jesse's going to take the mouse and click on each Oops. Never mind. Right. Do. Bear with me a second. It's not working. I think it's frozen in time. There we go. So then what Jesse's going to do is hit that little button there. See what it does? It puts an X, or I'm sorry, a check mark on each one. So all I'm doing is putting the mouse right in the center. Yep. Now, if they miss, then we're going to go to the little red X and go to the center. Oops, you got to do it on this screen, not that the other screen. Has to be done on this screen. One day I'll figure this out. So then it appears for the viewers. Anywho, we're going to clear all that out because the players have returned to the table. And we are set for rack number 6 in 10 ball, and the 5 goes down, and she's got a shot on the 1. Jesse, I may have literally just jinxed the entire shootout by opening my big mouth. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. It is nice to hear it from this side, though, in the headphones. I'm used to you hearing your big mouth from out there, so.
Okay, thank you very little.
Yeah. And I helped pour Todd's driveway today with Spencer
Rolfe. Yeah, he just got a new concrete drive. Yeah.
Yes.
He was telling me about it prior to the match.
Yep, I helped on that.
Nice. Okay, so Todd ends up giving back to Gretchen. Gretchen takes a shot at the bank unsuccessfully, but now Todd actually has a really good opportunity for a safety. If he just thins, we'll get my telestrator back up there again. So if he just thins the 1 ball and brings the cue ball back in this direction, good opportunity for a safe because the 1 ball should stay right where it is. I have no idea what he just called.
I thought he called the 9, maybe?
Was he trying to draw into the 9 ball?
I don't...
I have no... I'm going to ask him about that later. Well, I'm not going to... If he loses, I'm not asking him any questions.
Yep.
But...
He pointed to the pocket. I don't know.
Yeah. What's going on, Tim Armbruster? Oh, boy, this is going to get right behind the 10 ball, though. All right. We've seen Todd jump about 14 times already today, so this is probably, we should just give it to him. Yep. He's going to go vertical again. I don't really see this one going anywhere. I mean, okay, he's calling the cut.
Well,
Dear Lord in heaven, I'm going to get
he'll have shape on the 2.
He probably will. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The way Gretchen is shooting, I would not be surprised to see this match end right here.
Well, now you just jinxed the shootout.
Oh, of course. No, I jinxed Gretchen. This is a commentator's curse. That's intentional. Have you never listened to my stream?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I watch it on mute. I'm sorry.
So like everybody else. I didn't even know. Oh, Taylor Collar's in the chat.
He's everywhere.
All right, here's the fun shot. I think would be the most challenging for anybody else out there is the 3 to the 4. And then the rest, honestly, is not too bad. Ooh, see, I jinxed her. What does she leave Todd Jari, though? A thin cut on the 3 all the way down. Or, Jesse,
Yes, sir.
what do you play? Do you get offensive or go on the defense?
I would.
Miscue?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would attempt the 3 in the side off of the 9. But I can't really see from this angle.
Ooh,
might
I
be
don't
able
know
to
if
get
that
it
would
back.
go. I don't know if that would go. Look at
Oh.
this cut. Are you kidding me? And no shape
Yeah,
for the 7.
you know
That's
what?
brutal. But he can see. Taylor Collar. Is it Jari? You know what? I don't care what Taylor Collar says anyway. Does anybody? I don't think his wife even listens to him.
No, but Taylor cares.
Taylor
That's
cares.
all
Yeah,
that
that's all I
matters.
meant. It's Todd Jari or Todd Jari.
Oh,
Oh,
he
look at
got
this.
it.
Oh, oh,
Oh.
oh. It came out. Zzz, yikes. Is it Jari? Is he Egyptian? Or, I mean, look at the dome on that head. You would think so. You know, he asked me to not, say anything about his infinite baldness.
Really?
So I'm going to.
It's so obvious.
Yeah, I think everybody knows.
Yeah. See it from space.
Taylor Collar, yeah, you might try it both ways, but I don't. Feel free to let Taylor Collar have it. Oi! All right, so she calls the carom off the 8-ball in the corner, and kind of gets away with it. Misses the shot, but leaves Todd Jari not much to shoot at. Jari. I don't know. Andy Kuhn says it's another candidate for the wax buffer basket. So one of the gifts that Andy Coons is donating on behalf of Taylor Collar is for the Ronald McDonald.
Okay.
Is a shining kit for your car because of the
Sure. Yep.
male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Randy Parlick says Taylor Collar's a switch hitter. Hey, what happens behind closed doors? We're going to talk about if we know about it.
And I don't want to know about it.
I don't either. That's disturbing. Look at this beautiful safe. Huh! Just tucked him nicely behind that 10 ball, leaving Todd Jari a kick shot.
I've always known it as Jari.
I always thought it was Jari too.
That's.
And what the hell does
he's
Taylor
worked for my uncle, Brewer Heating and Cooling, for 30 years.
Oh, so you know.
I've heard
It's
it
Jari.
as Jari.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
screw you, Taylor Collar.
But I've heard him called a lot of things.
Taylor?
No.
Oh, yeah, Todd.
Todd,
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Taylor, too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, Gretchen has a semi-straight-in shot on the 4-ball. It looks a little different on the camera than what it actually appears on the table. The reason why I say that, the angle is actually going towards the left side of the 10-ball.
Yep.
It doesn't look that way, I promise you, on the camera. So it's going to be very difficult for her to get on this 6-ball. She's going to have to run into the 10 a little bit. Oh, nope.
Oof.
Oh,
Wow.
was I completely freaking wrong
I saw
again?
the same thing.
Man, I suck at this. This could be the end of Todd Jari. Again, commentator's curse. So if you break it down, right now, each one of these balls, there's 5 balls left on the table, are worth $100 and roughly $15 a piece per ball. The winner of this match is guaranteed $575.
Awesome.
With a chance at $8,400.
And that's how many more matches to get to that?
This is the final 16 right now.
Okay.
If whoever the winner is in the final 8, the quarterfinals. Right there is the prize breakdown for everybody. So these are very important shots. I'm not going to say anything. I don't think I'm a big fan of this shot. She's calling the 6 all the way down in the upper right because she probably wants to leave the 9 alone.
Right.
But I think I would actually play it. It's the easiest to get on. I don't know. It's personal preference. Yeah, that's why you don't. Oh, she got away with it? Nope, she did not. Yes, she did. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. I have no idea. Maybe Todd's going to be jumping again.
Why not?
I think you can see it clean. Yep. Okay, Todd Jari has these 5 balls. All right, he's okay. He felt like he overhit it.
Yep.
You could tell by his reaction that he's like, "Oh crap." I think you have to play this and just float forward. Drawing back is going to change the angle, obviously, a little bit. And then if you don't get perfect on... Oh, he's going to draw.
I think he's ready
I see
to
there
scratch.
is a bug on the table. Yep. That was well-timed. And he just killed one of my pets. What a jerk.
Could he be drawing because he's scared of the scratch?
Potentially. Yep. All right. Here we go.
All right. So can you show me how you get to that?
3 balls. Yep. That is not going in. Oh, my goodness.
Damn.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge break for Gretchen. Ugh. I feel bad for Todd right now. Oh, my goodness. What a... It's... Ugh.
Yeah, that sucks.
All right, I am going to... Oh, boy. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to let the players take care of that. I was going to remove that rack, but that's up to them. Oh, she's actually going to... Interesting. Very interesting. All right, here we go, folks. This is it. Well, that's not a good view. All right, we're not going to do that. Long view. This 10 ball for $575 and a seat in the quarterfinals for Gretchen Froelich.
I am kind of nervous.
I am too.
Hold my hand.
No. Oh, and she drills it.
Very
Dead
nice.
center. Wow, what a great match.
Yep.
What a fabulous match. She didn't even know she won. Look at this. Gretchen literally did not know she won. She thought it was either race to 5 or however,
Maybe
whatever.
that's a
But
good thing.
I think it is a good
Yeah.
thing. But we
Yeah.
didn't go to a shootout again.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
She could have missed that if she would have known
Yeah.
that that's the match.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Interesting. This is one thing I love about the KO challenge, or what I've seen most recently in the 499 especially, is the sportsmanship. Look at this after the match.
Yep.
You know, it's just a conversation, congratulating each other and discussing the match. It's just, I love to see it.
Yep.
So, anyway, folks, thank you very much to this gentleman for all that he does, Jesse Crook. Much appreciated. Thanks for sitting in for the shootout.
Absolutely.
That never happened.
Yeah.
Son of a damn
Got
it.
close though.
Man, we got close. Somebody jinxed it in the chat. Anyway, let's talk about all of these folks. Well, I'm just going to let the credits roll for a second. And let's see if we get down to the bottom before they stop chatting with each other, because I need to go out and congratulate the players. What a fun match this was. This was really very entertaining. Probably the best of the 499 and under so far, by far. So I hope everybody out there in TV land agrees. And thanks for tuning in till 10:30 at night. I greatly appreciate it. And again, congratulations to Gretchen Froelich into the final 8, into the quarterfinals. So there's one lady out of the 3 that's still in it. So thank you to the viewers, as always, for your support. Can't do it without you and all of my sponsors. So we're going to do it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So watch for Facebook. You'll see the times. I might be able to help you out with that just for a second. No. Watch Facebook. I don't know where my schedule went, but whatever. Have a good night, everybody. Be safe.